Page 42, Cheers for A Chords. Okay, talking about an A chord. Well, let's review what we've covered so far. We have a C chord that is 3 notes, and these chords we're using are all 3 notes, because a chord can have more notes. There's just 3 notes here. It's a triad. Well, a C chord, the C's on the bottom, it's every other note. It doesn't have to be that way. I can put the C on top, it's still a C chord. It's just easier when it's in this arrangement. You can see it easily. It's every other note, and the bottom note identifies the chord. That's what it is. C chord. Then we have a D chord. We've had that. Has an F sharp in it. We've had an F chord, or hopefully we've had an F chord. We've had a G chord, I think. Well, here they've got an A chord, and an A chord is similar to the D chord, and it's got a black key in the middle of it. That's all. That's the A chord. So they've got them here. That's all this is A chords. Wherever they are, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Whatever. That's the A chord. So in the first line, it's the blocked A chords. Block. Remember, all together. Cross over, left hand does that one. Then that last one has an AVA above it, so it's written here, but you can play it up here. And then the second line is the chord again, but now it's a broken chord. This is just one of the patterns for broken chords. That's fine. And you just go like that. And that's pretty much it. Just know what you're going to run across it, and it's handy when you see it in music, whether it's a broken chord pattern or a block chord, whatever. It's handy if you can just, oh, that's an A chord, and you just think of it as a unit rather than individual notes, and it makes learning music easier. It makes reading music easier to just recognize this. Articulation-wise, you don't give anything. You can play everything pretty much legato if you want. You can play it staccato if you want. They don't give you anything. It's up to you how you want to interpret it. I suggest for now play it legato. The dynamic is just moderately soft at the beginning, whatever you think that is, and that's everything. And then in the second line, you have the hairpins. You got to swell. You're going to get a little louder and a little softer. So in the second measure, you're moderately soft. Go up to about a moderately loud, a little louder to hear. So I look in the middle between the hairpins to see what notes are there, and that's my target. That's what I'm after. I want to be moderately loud on the A and the C. So I'm going to get a little louder here, a little louder here. Now come down, back down to mine. So put in that swell and see what you think. It's easier to hear it if you play it quicker. You can get up a little down. It's a nice exercise. Now, a little bit about moving the hands around. Here you're moving the hands around all the time, and the idea is we like to move one hand at a time if we can, and we move it ahead of when it's needed if possible. It's not always possible, but so here it's like you're starting here and here, and then as I'm counting the 1, 2, 3 for that, I'm moving the left hand and having it ready before it needs to play. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then as I play that, 1, 2, and this, then I get the right hand where it needs, before it needs to be there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, I'm moving the hand a little bit ahead of time. And then I'm up here, and then as I'm holding that, I get the left hand back down where it needs to go for the next one. So it's ready to go. And then I do it again. And as I'm playing these notes, and I move the right hand down here. As I'm playing this, I'm going to get their left hand up where it goes, and as I'm playing these notes, I get the right hand. So I'm moving the hands ahead of time. You know, you're always thinking ahead when playing music anyway, or at least you will be. You'll get into that habit. So the second line, you're here. As I'm playing this, I'm up here. I'm playing that, I'm up here. So the hands are moving. Get them where they need to go before they need to be there if possible. Practice your hand moves if you have to, because the beat has to be steady. You don't mess up the beat because your hand's got to move. Figure out a way to get the hand in place without messing up the beat. Now, we haven't had the A scale yet, but remember our pattern of whole steps and half steps. They just use five notes. I go ahead and add the other 2 notes and do the full scale. It's just 7 notes. So, and the scale pattern, remember, is a whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. They're just using the first 5 of those, which is whole, whole, half, whole. I'm going to add another whole half on that. So if I start on an A, any A, it doesn't matter where. Let's go here. When I follow that pattern, I'm going to get an A major scale. So it's whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. It's an A major scale. We're just using the first 5 notes of it, and that has the different ways of looking at it. And just keep in mind that you'll run across these things in the music. It makes it easier. It really does. All right, let's play this chord thing together just to double check the rhythm and all that. It's a 3/4 time. Now that's showing pedal throughout. I kind of disagree with that. I think you can hear it better without pedal. If you want to put the pedal down, you go right ahead. You're putting it down right after you play the notes in the beginning, and you leave it down until the very end, and you'll lift it up with the hands at the end. I'm not going to use pedal here though, because I think it detracts. I mean, you don't use pedal all the time. So I'll give us 3 counts. Let's play this together slowly. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, off.